Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, here located in Concord, North Carolina. The mile-and-a-half track has played host to the NASCAR Big 3 series. Call it the Big 4, because if you haven't raced here in a big, heavy stock car or truck, well, they all have. They've all been here, and we've been here before with the Red Light Racing Series here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series. It is race number 2 of the season. Last week, we were just a little bit south at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and James Skelton was able to walk away with a late race win on that one. There were Max Terriot finished second, Michael Trevarthen was third, Jason Wells was fourth, and DJ Anderson rounded out the top 5 last week. So there's only one driver that's locked in with one race completed in the books, and that's, of course, the driver that picked up the big W last week. That was James Skelton. So Skelton comes in smelling like a rose here into Charlotte. But what about the Charlotte Motor Speedway? Well, it was constructed back in 1960. Playing host to a lot of races, a lot of all-star races right here at this track. Well, it was reconfigured, quote-unquote. They resurfaced it a couple years back. They put a lot of grip into this speedway. This track does measure in at a mile-and-a-half speedway. 4 corners. Turns, banking, 24 degrees of banking in the corners. On the straightaways, well, there's about just 5 degrees of banking here, so we'll see how that all plays out. Turn 4 seems to be the very tricky spot for a lot of these drivers here tonight. We'll see if that does continue to play the tricky spot or if these drivers will wrangle that one in. We do have the NASCAR Xfinity machines here tonight, so these drivers for the first time this season, of course, are getting their test here with the Xfinity machine. As you can tell, qualifying has officially been completed here tonight. 27 drivers did attempt to make their qualifying grid. They all will. And this is your SimBox starting lineup here tonight. If you don't have a SimBox, well, race fans, you need a SimBox. They have some great brand new products on the market. Go check out their brand new steering wheel buttons that they have. The headmaster Doug Neal over there creating those. Let's get your starting lineup here, though, brought to us by SimBox here tonight. Michael Trevarthen on the top of the speed charts here, the Rev Esports driver. We'll start P number 1. Starting in P number 2 here tonight, that's the number 4, Jeffrey Souza. And back there in P number 3, Chris Hammett. Driving that Valvoline number 6 machine. He'll start 3rd. Starting to the 4th spot, it is the number 42 of Max Terriot. And how about this? Starting inside the top 5. First top 5 starting spot this year. It's the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Back into the 4th spot, it's the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. He'll roll from 6th. 7th spot here tonight, the number 61 of Dalton Williams, and he'll go 7th. Ryan O'Donnell's got the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry, number 98, geared up and ready to roll off from the 8th starting spot here tonight, while Shanika Single in car number 11 will go from 9th. 10th here tonight will be the driver of the number 43, that is Joe Strano. 11th here tonight goes to the 33 of Eric Johnson. DJ Anderson will roll from the 12th position here tonight, so that's 12th for DJ Anderson in car number 51. Back into the 13th starting spot here tonight, all the way out of South Carolina, driving car number 86. That's James Skelton. And right down the road, they must have parked together here tonight and rode in. That's the 01, the Adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch. Back into the 15th starting spot, it's the SimBox Motorsports number 77 of Doug Neal. In 16th here, it's going to be the Beefy Motorsports Liquid Molly entry, the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. Philly Edwards got the number 73 ready to roll from 17th here tonight and making his first start of the season. That's car number 18. Starting at the 18th spot, driving the 999s here tonight. That is the youngster Cole Day. Starting back into P number 19 then. Starting car number 64 in 19th. It's the alien of Jason Wells. Rob Higgins will roll from the 20th position in the Higgins Hill Racing checkered flag auto supply number 40. And 21st, the golfer, the number 17 of Tim Combs. Eric Stout making his debut here this season in car number 912 in the Six Rings Racing entry. Goes 22nd. 23rd on the call will be the number 15 of Dustin Gainey. Bruce Potter in car number 59 will go from 24th. 25th will go to the Hot Wheels, number 184 of Kevin O'Brien. And starting car number 950 all the way back into the 26th starting spot. He's a rookie this season. That's A.J. Watkins. And starting shotgun to the field, the checkered flag auto supply, the number 30 of Bob Higgins. That's 27 cars tonight on the Simbox starting lineup. Ready to go. 90 laps here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race number 2 here of the season. Grab your soda pop, grab the popcorn, get ready to go racing here tonight. The stars of the cars of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series Red Light Racing Division here on Monday night. Ready to go. Michael Trevarth and Jeffrey Souza brings them down. Green flag up. We're racing here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Michael Trevarthen to the inside for turn number 1. He's going to get a great drive down into turn number 1. The Souza Media, number 4, though, on the outside. Got that forward horsepower up front here, controlling the first 2 lanes here. 2x2 down the back straightaway. Souza with a great run down the back straightaway. That number 4 machine showing some very strong horsepower here. Will he be able to lead lap number 1? It will go to the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Souza leading lap number 1 here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Everybody giving tow down into turn number 1. You saw the fireballs out the right-hand side of these machines. Now Max Terriot going to go to the outside here. See if he can make the outside lane work. He saw Souza go up there high, wide, and handsome to go around the outside and look at the 42. Terriot going to go to the outside now, and he is going to challenge for the race lead. It's been many years since we've seen 2 grooves of racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, but here early, 2 laps in the books, 2 leaders tonight. So now Mark, the number 42 of Max Terriot in the books here tonight of leading a lap. Look at Zach Mitchell now. He will go to the outside in that DuPont Chevrolet. Number 24 with the flames on the side has won multiple races here in the real-life side of racing. Jeff Gordon, of course, piloting that number 24 paint scheme iconically in his career. They got the stars on this one, but, well, they still get the flames of the DuPont colors on the side of that car. Right now, as we complete lap number 3, it'll be Terriot, Mitchell, Souza, Trevarthen, Hammett down across the line. Chris Hammett trying to go to the outside with the Valvoline number 6 entry. He's, of course, got right on Donnie. O'Donnell with a very awesome-looking paint scheme here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway underneath these lights as they all work down the back straightaway. 2x2, though, for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and on back positions here tonight. Trevarthen now will take that 3rd spot and try to run away and hide. There's Joshua Buckley and the Granny Hips, Walkers and Canes, number 13. See him up underneath the Souza Media, number 4. It looks like the outside lane may be giving way now here after a couple laps of racing on these Goodyear rubbers. Battle for that 2nd position. Here comes the BK Paints, number 2, Michael Trevarthen down to the inside. Oh, he got a little bit loose and up into the number 24. Zach Mitchell now going to be on the door on the exit of turn number 4. It'll be the drag race back here to the start-finish line for both of these drivers at the line. It was the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen, but there was definitely contact between those 2 drivers coming into turn number 3 last time by. Let's see if Mitchell tries to get another great run. One driver into the outside wall, bouncing off the outside wall. It's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. Ryan O'Donnell up into the outside wall. You can see there's damaged into the rear back spoiler. The Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry is definitely kinked up and bent up on the right-hand side of that Ford Mustang as it flashes by the flag stand. O'Donnell was up inside the top 5. Now he's back running into the 8th spot, trying to hang on to a top 10 position right now. He's got the Road Rage accessories, number 43. That is Joe Strano down to the inside. So Strano will take the spot away from Ryan O'Donnell as they work down the back straightaway. The next car that will come upon Ryan O'Donnell, that will be now the James Skelton entry. Carolina Elite Real Estate, Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86, working the bottom side of the speedway down in turns 3 and 4. Drag race back to the line, and it will go to that Toyota. So put the Toyota of James Skelton on the hunt here. He's moved up 5 spots in the early going. And the Care Bears entry of Shanika Single. There you see the Care Bears, number 11, that Ford Mustang down the back straightaway. Joshua Buckley just got underneath the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. So put Buckley now inside the top 3 with that number 13 entry. And Sean Single will hold on to that 5th position. Ryan O'Donnell still trying to tread water here. That car still not quite up underneath him as they work out of the corner. It'll be 8 laps completed here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been all green flag racing since the drop of the green flag. Another one of those cars back there, the number 61. That is Dalton Williamson, the short track racer. Out of Tampa, Florida, the BK Paints entry. That driver, you can tell he has some damage on the rear end of that Chevrolet as he works down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Kind of looks like Ryan O'Donnell's rear end of the number 98, but, well, there's no damage to the front end of the number 61. So where did Dalton Williamson get his damage? We're trying to track that down here. Another driver, though, with some damage on his car. That was the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Looking at the front end of the Souza Media, number 4, that Ford Mustang. He was on the front row. Well, got some damage, and I don't know where it came from, but I can tell you, being on the bottom of that number 4, that Mustang, not going to get any faster here with where that damage is tonight. It might be a trying to save as many points as we can tonight here for that number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. He's currently back into the 15th spot. Here comes the number 40. That is Rob Higgins, and that Higgins Hill Racing checkered flag auto supply number 40 machine. He will roll the outside down into turns number 1 and 2. Battle just behind him. That is Tim Combs and Cole Day doing a little bit of a jig back there. They swapped up the positions. Cole Day started into the 18th spot. He's back now running 19th as Tim Combs made the pass in that Kingsford Charcoal number 17 brand new paint scheme. All the number 17 here tonight. Looks like the 77 of Doug Neal starting to work the bottom side of the speedway also with his Chevrolet, the driver out of Georgia. That's Sim Box entry down to the bottom side. Trying to get around Ryan O'Donnell. O'Donnell's still going backwards here tonight. That car's not going to handle well with the spoiler on the rear end jacked up as much as it is here tonight. Also, well, with that right front fender, that aerodynamics, that's just going to be a challenge here. These cars are very aerodynamic sensitive around this 1.5-mile speedway. Upward speeds of about 180 to 185 on the straightaways here for a lot of these drivers in the draft pack. So, well, with that damage, O'Donnell's just not going to be able to go down the straightaways as fast as he would like. Looking at it that time, it was, well, about 6 miles an hour difference from Ryan O'Donnell to the race leader, Max Terrill, who is out front here tonight, as he will come back this time. He'll complete lap number 13 for Max Terrill. We've only had 2 race leaders here tonight, and Max Terrill has led the most of these laps here tonight. So it'll be Terrill and Trevorthan out front with Joshua Buckley. Buckley right there, and looking at the lap times, Buckley actually was the 3rd fastest car on the speedway with that number 13, so he actually has some pretty good speed in the old Walker here tonight. Still early on here, a lot of racing left tonight here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As here comes a peek by that number 43 Chevrolet down to the inside. That'll be Joe Strano looking to go to the inside. It looks like he should be able to complete that pass. We've seen a lot of good runs come from the outside, though, out of turn number 2 here tonight. We'll see if Mitchell is able to get the run. He's got the 86 of James Skelton up behind him. Skelton not going to be able to really help him out that much. It will be Joe Strano taking that spot here. Skelton's running back into the 8th position here tonight, picking up 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. That is one of the drivers that has picked up the most spots. Now you see him going to the outside here. James Skelton will go to the outside of the number 24. A couple of drivers down on pit road. There you see Dustin Gainey, a lot of damage done to his machine, and another driver down on pit road, Kevin O'Brien here. little short to be coming down to pit road right now, so I do believe there may have been contact between those two drivers, which unfortunately will bring them to pit road. Joshua Buckley struggling the last lap and a half around the speedway. He's fallen back quite a bit. Now it's about 1.3 seconds back for Joshua Buckley to the race leader. He's got Chris Hammett all over the side now of the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry as they go down the back straightaway. Buckley's going to pull over. He's going to give Hammett the inside. Hammett's going to wash up the speedway. Contact with Buckley. Buckley got to go up, scrape the outside wall. There was just a little wiggle out of that number 6, and it shot the 13 of Buckley up the speedway. I don't see any right side damage. I'm trying to look to the left side of that car as they go by us here, but I'm not even seeing that, so just a little bit of contact. Going to move Buckley up out of the groove, and he's going to hang on to that number 13 machine. So right now, I'm sure he's checking the shorts in that car. So Buckley will go from running third all the way back to the 7th position in car number 13, but he still is hanging on right there. So a good run for Buckley. Eric Johnson back here in the number 33. Got DJ Anderson and Doug Neal battling now to the inside. Doug Neal not going to be able to get that 33. Got a little tight off the corner. Had to burp the throttle just a little bit to keep that sim box entry. Look how far Neal's able to drive it off into 3. Looks like that's where Johnson possibly is losing a little time in the Dirty Mo Radio number 33 here tonight. Battle back here. The Sousa Media entry going underneath now. Rob Higgins. Contact there as the 17 of Tim Combs was up the speedway. Cole Day, and now, the 64 of Wells going to slam into the outside retaining wall. So Wells up into the outside retaining wall. That's going to allow Eric Stout in the 6 Rings Racing number 912 entry to come slowly on through there. He had to tiptoe through the tulips. Didn't want to kind of step on any of them. And there in the picture frame, we see Ryan O'Donnell. He has been all the way back to the 19th position now. So O'Donnell still trending into the wrong direction. Battle back up here inside the top 10. Dalton Williamson now trying to shove Buckley up out of the groove, and he will do it. Buckley going to give way on the bottom side, so Richard Murdoch went through there. Joshua Buckley trending backwards. Because now not only did Murdoch, now Williamson, now DJ Anderson go on through. Now you got to worry because here comes that number 51. Anderson will make the pass. Now the 77 of Doug Neal will be the next one to possibly get to that number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Still got that battle back there, though, between the number 17 and the 40. That'll be Tim Combs and Rob Higgins. Higgins on the outside there. There you see the Checkered Flag Auto Supply entry get a good run. Cole Day trying out the top side of the Rockstar 999's entry. Seeing if he can work his way through the group. Something happened to Zach Mitchell, and he's been now back here to the 25th position. Trying to look. It looks like he's been down on pit road, and I'm not sure if that was a scheduled stop. We missed it. Our crew didn't quite see that. Lap number 17, Zach Mitchell came to pit road. Yeah, there you see damage on the side of that 24 when he came to pit road. Some right side damage on the number 24 for Zach Mitchell. Came down to his 4 fresh tires and some fuel. That car looks like a rocket ship right now. He is being scored, though, 1 lap down to the race leaders because they have not come to pit road yet. So it's not a pass for position there. The first car that would be, there actually is nobody. That's just 1 lap down. Kevin O'Brien and Dustin Gainey both are currently a handful of laps down here tonight. Both drivers are back out onto the racetrack, but multiple laps down. DJ Anderson around the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch, and looks like Murdoch's tires have started to fall away a little bit here on the 0-1. Richard Murdoch, of course, one of the drivers here tonight that has served in the U.S. Armed Forces. He attended for the first time after 19 years of being in the Air Force. He decided this year the Air Force Ball was going to be something that he attended. And, well, being an Air Force mechanic, Murdoch may have been a little out of his league, but hey, I guess you can still dress him up and take him out occasionally. So he attended the ball, had a good time, he said. And right now, tonight, he's looking to lose another position because here comes the 77 of Doug Neal. Neal working the inside of the speedway. Not quite able to get it done, though, for Doug Neal that time. Richard Murdoch will sail it off into the corner. A little loose that time for the 0-1 of Murdoch. You can definitely tell the tires are starting to go away. Some drivers coming to pit road. Here comes the 43 of Joe Strano, and he was hot coming to pit road. We'll see if he was able to get the number 43, slow down a couple other drivers down on pit road. It looks like Ryan O'Donnell, Bruce Potter, Tim Combs, Eric Stout all down on pit road. Here comes Rob Higgins also. So pit road going to become a popular place here in the next handful of laps as they all continue to chase the number 42 of Max Terriot. And Terriot says, well, now looks like a great time to come to pit road. Nice and easy for him, and he's going to drag everybody inside the top 5 right along with him. DJ Anderson, the only driver that will stay out. Now it looks like he's going to be joined by Doug Neal. So our third race leader of the evening is the 51 of DJ Anderson. 77 of Doug Neal is in second, followed by Jeffrey Souza, Cole Day, and Jason Wells. That's how your top 5 are looking here after the green flag pit cycle has officially started here tonight. We'll see if anybody else comes this time. It looks like the 51 of DJ Anderson might be slowing down to come to pit road. No, he will not, but here comes the 77 of Doug Neal, the 4 of Jeffrey Souza, the 99 of Cole Day, and Jason Wells. So it'll be one driver left out onto the racetrack. Everybody else has come to pit road, and there's the other half that are now coming back out onto the speedway. There you see Zach Mitchell. He is off sequence from the race leaders. He is being scored in the 6th position. He will unlap himself, but he is currently off sequence of our race leaders. Max Terriot going to come out with a huge lead over the second place driver. That'll be the number 11, the Care Bears entry of Shanika Single. Single will be scored in second, I do believe, when this all cycles back through here tonight. DJ Anderson has come to pit road. There you see the Fox Supra, the driver out of Virginia, making his first pit stop here tonight. So 30 laps for the number 51 of DJ Anderson. Possibly see if anybody else can stretch it any farther. So he's possibly on a 2-stop strategy, where Zach Mitchell is definitely on a 3-stop strategy, that is for sure. There you see the 950, the A.J. Watkins back there. He is currently the first driver that is 1 lap down. Zach Mitchell is being scored as our race leader here after the green flag pit cycle, but remember, he is off sequence by, looks like, about 12 laps difference in the tires here on that number 24 to the 42 of Max Terriot. That is now burning up the inside of the speedway as Max will get around, or possibly try. He's going to get a little tight that time down into 3. That 42 started to wash up the track, and now he's going to try and slice dice and take the race lead. New race leader back to the point here tonight. 42, Max Terriot, back to the top spot here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 31 laps have officially been completed here tonight as we are approaching the halfway point here tonight. We have had one green flag pit stop, and I'm looking through it, and I'm getting the nod. 0 pit road penalties for all the drivers out there tonight. So all these drivers making their first pit stop here tonight, and they are A-OK. No pit road penalties for any of these drivers. How does your top 10, though, shake out here? This is how they are on our rundown. It's going to be the number 42 of Max Terriot out front here tonight. He has led the most laps, and now he's back out front here at Charlotte. Second place, though, that will be Zach Mitchell right now. He is just sitting in that second spot, but remember, he's off sequence compared to all the race leaders here tonight. Sean Single in the Care Bears entry, he is currently sitting third. He's about 4.3, give or take a couple tenths of a second. And you can see the Care Bears entry, he's got some damage on the spoiler of that number 11. Sitting behind them, he's picked up the most spots here tonight for drivers inside the top 10. That is James Skelton in the Flowertown Animal Hospital Toyota. Skelton, though, has some nose damage on that Toyota. I do believe that matches the 11's damage. So Sean Single and James Skelton making contact coming to pit road. There's Michael Trevarthen. He was up inside the top 5 when he came to pit road. He's fallen back just a little bit, but now trying to get it all back. Here comes Chris Hammett also. These are all drivers that are battling inside the top 5 right now. Don't forget the driver that's just sitting back there. Well, that is Joe Strano. Strano's back running into the 7th spot here after his green flag pit stop. The Road Rage Accessories 43 does have a little bit of a stripe on the right-hand quarter panel of that car, but it's still handling pretty well tonight. Richard Murdoch is going to be scheduled, not scheduled, but slotted into the 8th position here with Dalton Williamson in 9th. And how about this? Eric Stout has made his way into the top 10 in his first race of the season here on Monday night. The driver out of Virginia has now picked up 12 spots. So he is the biggest mover now, officially here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Except Tim Combs would like to knock him down 1 spot on the pedal. And then that would put them both sitting at currently 11 spots gained here tonight. There's the Doug Neal entry. Joshua Buckley is right there. Buckley has now fallen outside the top 10 after the green flag pit cycle. So that's how your top 10 look here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Best battle on the speedway, though, is right here. The 17 of Combs has got around Stout, and now Stout stuck to the outside. Oh, and Eric Stout going to scrape the outside wall, entering turn number 1. That could have been a big one for these drivers because the 77 of Doug Neal was right there. Eric Johnson was right there. That'll now bump Stout all the way back to the 14th position, and possibly some damage on that 6 Rings Racing number 912 entry. Gonna have to keep an eye on him over the next few laps here and make sure he doesn't cut down a tire tonight here at Charlotte. There you see that Chevrolet glance through the camper shot on the front straightaway. You can tell it is definitely hurting just maybe a little bit because he has lost a lot of ground here as Joshua Buckley under attack once again. That'll be the number 77 of Doug Neal. Neal will go around the outside, and now Neal will take that spot, and then put Neal back into the 12th or the 11th spot. Buckley back running in 12th now. Zach Mitchell, remember, off sequence. He's really starting to drop the pace off of that DuPont Chevrolet. There goes James Skelton. Remember, Skelton's got the damage to the nose of that 86 entry. Skelton back to running now what is the 6th position as he started to climb back past Mitchell. So now next on the chopping block for that number 24, it'll be Richard Murdoch. Murdoch will be sailing it off into the corner at that time. You can tell the tire difference in both these machines. Murdoch just made his own lane. We thought there was 2 grooves here tonight. Murdoch says, well, I can make it 3. I can fly, remember? A couple of these drivers sound like they were just about off the throttle as they came glancing by our camera shot that time there. Maybe a couple of these drivers about a lap or 2 laps short on fuel, being able to make it just 1 more pit stop here tonight, possibly trying to save as much as they can right here, right now. Dalton Williamson there. Could definitely tell James Skelton is off the pace, trying to save just a little bit of fuel in the 86. Let's ride on board. There you go. You can tell Skelton's trying to save as much as he can, coasting turn number 3 that time. Let's see what he does down into 1. You heard it. Skelton trying to save as much fuel as he can here tonight to possibly go the rest of the way. Ryan O'Donnell, Zach Mitchell, both down on pit road here on lap number 42, just before the halfway point. They will have to make at least 1 more pit stop here tonight to make it to the end of the race. Is Murdoch trying the same strategy now that his partner in crime that's just out ahead of him? Because here comes the 77, Doug Neal, flat to the floor, as he'll pick up that spot from Richard Murdoch. Murdoch now back to 10th because Eric Johnson just followed through the hole like a running back. See everybody starting to stretch out around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Pit road's going to open up here for some of these drivers that are possibly on the 3-stop strategy. We've already seen the 24 of Zach Mitchell come to pit road here. Will that drag anybody else down with him? A lot of these drivers possibly 10 laps away from actually pitting. And that's going to put him very close on being able to make it on that tank of fuel to the end of this race. It's going to be really tight to see. Tight battle here between Randy Hips. Trying to get underneath the 0-1 of Murdoch. Looks like Buckley will maybe. I thought for a moment he was going to be able to clear. He will actually clear. So Joshua Buckley clearing the 0-1 of Murdoch. Let's listen to Buckley. Let's ride on board with him. See what he is doing down here in the corners. No saving for him. You can see Murdoch got really crossed up that time. Kind of entered a little shallow, and that car drifted up the speedway. A couple varying strategies here. Max Terriot, though, he is out front here tonight. You can see this battle for what is the second, third, and fourth position on the speedway. It is a 3.8, almost 3.9 second gap for Max Terriot, who has led over the halfway point home here tonight. So halfway home in the 90-lap race here, round number 2 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series here for Red Light Racing. DJ Anderson getting around the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. There you see the pink 51, pink and blue entry. One of those drivers out of Virginia. Very heavy, lopsided Virginia fielding here tonight. I say that when we have multiple drivers from South Carolina, multiple drivers from Virginia, multiple, and I say multiple, I mean, we're talking almost double digits out of the Massachusetts, call it that New England area up there. Then you have Tim Combs, the golfer. He just got by, and I believe that is the Labatt Blue entry here tonight for Philly Edwards. All last season, his goal was to drive a Genesee Cream Ale entry. This year, it seems like Labatt is the way to go, so he's drinking blue cans here. I don't know. The hipster can't quite pick a beer of his choice, I guess. I guess he's trying to tell us they're all good. All refreshing. Eric Stout, we talked about him. He was up inside the top 10, one of those Virginia drivers. Up inside the top 10, then he got into the outside wall on the front straightaway. He has fallen all the way back here into the 15th position currently, with just 41 laps to go here tonight. So that damage on that number 9-12 entry is really starting to hurt. One driver coming to pit road right here. One driver to pit road. That is the Tim Combs entry. So you can tell it looks like Tim Combs is possibly going to try to cut this stage in half, because he is going to go a lap down. There goes the race leader flashing by to be 50 laps completed here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. There's your race leader of Max Terriot. Looks like Max, I'm trying to look at the telemetry here on the 42, and I do believe Max has started to back her down just a little bit. Yes, he has. You can hear it as he came by the camera there. He has started to shut her off. So, trying to see. When you look at Max's full stats here on his iRacing profile, He has raced here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway 17 times in league racing competition, walking away with 1 win. So we're going to see. And that was right here in 2019. And it was with the old Cup car, the Legacy Ford Fusion at the time. Oh, and a mistake, a very rare mistake there by the 42 of Max Terriel. He was up into the outside wall. So his last win here at Charlotte coming back in on January 14th of 2019. And now, with a lead that's only 1.6 seconds and maybe a damaged car, you got to start to worry. There's that second place car. That is Sean Single back there as you ride on board with the race leader, Max Terriel. That's from onboard Sean Single's entry. Joe Strana, who is running third, coming to pit road. A couple of these drivers still trying to stretch it. Del Single. Single trying to save a little fuel. Trying to see if he can get to lap number 60 here tonight. They're going to put A.J. Watkins there in the Lightning McQueen entry, a lap down. Sean Single maybe going to tuck in behind A.J. Watkins here and try and pull a little bit of draft off Lightning McQueen. A lot of things happening. Dalton Williamson coming to pit road in the number 61. There you see that Chevrolet. Another driver, that is the Rob Higgins entry. So Higgins and Williamson to pit road. I do not expect Max Terriel to come early to pit road. Sean Single, you can tell, has really backed it off, and now he'll come to pit road here. So Sean Single on lap number 57 says now it is time to bring the Care Bear entry down. He'll drag Eric Johnson along with him. So another 2 drivers inside the top 10 coming to pit road, and I believe Jason Wells will come to pit road. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for all these drivers here. Could be possibly, for some of these drivers, the final stop here of the night at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. No battles going on around the speedway. As you can see, that is the A.J. Watkins entry. He's trying to get a lap back right now. Watkins is 2 laps down, trying to put himself just 1 lap down to the race leader. Actually, with Watkins getting by our race leader, Max Terriel, that'll now continue. He'll now be 2 laps actually behind. Max very hard as he's coming to pit road this time. He'll get that Ford Mustang, those ponies woed up. So Max to pit road. That'll mean DJ Anderson wrecking off of turn number 4. 1 car went around. I believe that was the 11 of Sean Single, and he'll spin. Caution lights. Caution lights on all around the speedway. The spinning Care Bear number 11 of Sean Single will bring out the first caution flag of the evening. Well, that's going to shake the field up. A bunch of drivers a lap down because we were in the midst of green flag pit cycles. Our leader of Max Terriel just come to pit road. Some drivers like, I believe, DJ Anderson, Cole Day, Jeffrey Souza, Richard Murdoch have not come to pit road yet, so that's going to put them in the catbird seat here tonight. But let's take a look back here and see if we can see what happened to Sean Single. There you see him loose off turn 4, goes to correct it. Yep, over bunny hop, correct, and nope. Care Bear's entry goes around. Right on board, Sean Single. Looks like he just got loose all by himself out of turn number 4. And around goes the Care Bear entry. So that'll be the first caution flag here of the evening. And Here comes your race leaders to pit road. The drivers that were on the lead lap: DJ Anderson, Jeffrey Souza, Cole Day, Richard Murdoch, Chris Hammett, and Michael Trevarthen, all able to come to pit road here to get service. So Murdoch and Day, who were running very deep into the field, with Souza, who were all trying to stay out on an alternate strategy, all now going to get saved here by this caution flag. And they will be good to go the rest of the way on fuel. They will have one set of tires, I do believe, sitting on pit road if they were to need it here tonight. Well, boy, is it a beautiful track here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll see if I do believe here tonight. We'll see if we can catch up with the driver of the number 11 of Sean Single. Sean, you got a copy? It's Muth up here in the booth tonight.
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, tell us what happened out there to that Care Bears number 11. It looked a little loose that time off turn number 4.
Yeah, I think just coming with the pack. James said that he was coming in, and then I think it was Joe coming to my outside, so I tried to bring the car up, and I don't know if, like, the air came off the car weird, but the whole thing just snapped loose, and I tried to save it, but it just kept on rolling by, so apologies to everybody that was running on those strategy, not meaning to do something like that, so hate to see it, but hopefully we'll get this cleaned up a couple times here. I'm not sure if the damage that I have too affected that at all.
Yeah, you're coming down pit road. What's going to be the call here the rest of the way?
I'm just going to fill her up right now, throwing 4 tires, and then hope for no cautions. I still lap down here, so we'll see what happens. I think I might be going 2 laps down.
Well, there you hear it. Sean Single just getting a little loose off turn number 4, and that car coming around with the arrow. And now it's going to put him on a little bit of a, well, disadvantage, because now he's going to have to use another set of tires here tonight. A couple drivers did not come to pit road. They will try to take the wave around here tonight. It looks like Doug Neal, Zach Mitchell, Joshua Buckley, James Skelton, Dalton Williamson, is that Jason Wells, and Brandon Feeney. They're all going to stay out here. They're all in front of the race leader. They're going to see if they can go back around the pace car. They'll come back here, line up. So they won't come to pit road, so they will still have an extra set of tires left back there. Looks like one driver came to pit road to get some damage fixed. That was number 42 of Max Terriot. So Terriot, who was the Lucky Dog recipient, coming to pit road here, getting some of that damage. Remember, he did slip off turn number 4 that one time. Got into the outside wall with that number 42, and now he will try to rebound. So how does things look here? How do they look like when we're going to go back to racing? As it looks like it will be the number 51 of DJ Anderson. Then it'll be Cole Day in the 90, or the 999s. Richard Murdoch in the 01. Jeffrey Souza, Chris Hammett, Michael Trevarthen, Joe Streno, and Max Terrell. Those are the drivers that are for sure on the lead lap here, as we should get the one to go this time by at the line. As we do, all those cars will get waved around the iRacing.com pace car here tonight. That is correct. I was just checking out the scoring once again here, and I was correct. See, I can read things occasionally. Just like I can read that Checkered Flag Auto Supply is the primary sponsor here with Red Light Racing on Mondays and Thursday nights. Checkered Flag Auto Supply located at 103 Park Street up in Ayer, Massachusetts. If you're in the Ayer area and you need parts for your race car, your street car, your truck, well, Checkered Flag Auto Supply has everything you need, from oil to shocks to struts to brakes, to keep it all rolling as somebody's spinning out on the back straightaway. I believe that was the 59 of Bruce Potter, but the lights will come back out on the iRacing.com pace car. But this Checkered Flag Auto Supply has everything you need, including the products to keep your car clean. Check them out once again in Ayer, Massachusetts at 103 Park Street. And, well, if you're not in the Ayer area, just like Dalton Williamson is, don't worry. You need the window cleaner. They will ship it to your home address. Contact our friends over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply today. So with that little bit of incident there by the 59 of Bruce Potter, we'll go for just another lap of caution here tonight. So it'll be Anderson still on the front row. That will not change. And looking at it, it looks like Anderson and Day have two completely clean cars on the front row. Then you got Murdoch, who's, well, he's touched the wall a time or two here, but his car still looks pretty straight. Souza, Hammett, Trevarthen, and Terriot, they all have a little bit of damage at one place or another to their cars here tonight. And then you got a whole slew of drivers that are at a disadvantage that have all been to pit road between lap 41 and 58. Those drivers all had come to pit road, so it's kind of a little mix and match bag of tricks back there. We'll see how they all start to come up through the gears when we do go back racing here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. When we go back racing here, it'll be 64 laps officially completed here tonight. Max Terrell has led the majority of this race, but now he will be buried back in a little bit of traffic. He'll restart into the 7th spot with the number 42. And yes, you see a lot of the cars lined up to the inside there. Those cars that are all single file lined up to the inside. It will start, I do believe that is that the Dustin Gainey entry? Doug Neal's back here. There you see the number 77 of Doug Neal. And that is Dustin Gainey. All those drivers took a wave around here to get a lap back, so they will all start single file behind the rest of the cars that have lined up double file here tonight, as the iRacing.com pace car is officially off the speedway. It'll be DJ Anderson Cole Day here on the restart. Into the restart zone, and a great start that time by the 51 of DJ Anderson. He'll nose ahead, and he'll be the first one to hit turn number 1 here. On the initial start tonight, we saw that outside lane really rocket ship around and take the race lead, but will it happen here as they work down the back straightaway as we are green flag racing at Charlotte? It will not rocket ship that number 999 around the outside. Murdoch going to get a little tight on the bottom side, trying to push the 51 of TJ Anderson to the race lead. Anderson will lead him out of turn number 4 and lead the first lap back to green. It'll be Anderson, it'll be Day, and Murdoch across the line. Cole Day stuck to the outside right now. Murdoch going to go wiggle wobble down to the inside, touch that line just a little bit with the left sides on that car, as DJ Anderson's car is going to dance off turn number 2, almost into the outside retaining wall for the driver out of Virginia. Looks like the outside working for Cole Day here. He will clear the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch, so it'll put Murdoch back into the 3rd spot, but he's got Chris Hammett right there. Max Terrell with that damage. He is still very fast as he's picked up 2 spots since we went back green flag racing here. He is now sitting into the 5th spot. Look at Sean Single. That number 11 is very fast. I don't think he hit anything. I know he didn't hit anything when he spun through the grass on the inside, as he's trying to go get his lap back the old-fashioned way. And it's high, wide, and handsome around the outside here tonight for that number 11. DJ Anderson with 23 laps to go will lead us by the stripe. It's Anderson, it's Day, and Murdoch. Here comes the 42. Max Terrett will go to the inside now on that number 6 of Chris Hammett. Can he clear, though, will be the question. A lot of drivers with different strategies. Oh, maybe a little contact that time between the 42 and the 6. A little more contact down the back straightaway between those 2 Ford Mustangs. Now the 42 going to wash up the speedway a little bit that time in 3. Out of 4. Oh, close quarters racing again. They were close out of 4, and then they separated. You can see the air bubble kind of pushed both cars away from each other. John Single not knowing which way to go right now in that number 11 machine, because he's just kind of riding there. He wants to go and get his lap back. He has the fresher tires and try to slice underneath the number 42 of Terrell down the back straightaway. They'll put him side by side for the time being. Terrell not just going to roll over for that number 11 of Sean Single, but Single, remember, he's buried back into the 16th position. That is actually going to score him the first car 1 lap down. So Single is currently sitting in the lucky dog position if we were to have caution flag. Doesn't want to be the caution flag, though, as he got a little loose that time down on the inside. Cole Day got his hands full also down the back straightaway, as he's got Murdoch now. Here comes old Dick Doc down to the inside. Cole Day going to give the 0-1 that spot, so Murdoch now will have P number 2. Cole Day sitting into the 3rd spot. All 3 of these drivers here that are running 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, all getting a little help from that caution flag. The drivers that are sitting behind them, though, Chris Hammett, Max Terriel, and Jeffrey Souza, have all had some damage done to their machines here tonight. So your top 3 picking up multiple spots, all starting well outside the top 10, have now taken over the command of this race with 20 laps to go. We'll see if these tires do hang on for all these drivers as they're come by this time. DJ Anderson will be radioed It'll only be 19 laps to go here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You are watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for the Red Light Racing. Michael Trevarthen trying to come back through the field. Remember, he's had some problems here. You see the right side, the right rear quarter panel of that Rev Esports, or the Rev Racing Group. Back there, they, got a little bit of that wall and kind of put a hamper on his speed. Started on the front row here tonight, now back running in 7th. He's got the 33. That's Eric Johnson. That is not a battle for position. You see the 33 of Johnson. He's back into the 16th running spot. He's going after that number 4 of Souza, though. That's right out in front of him there. You see the Souza media entry. Trevarthen is trying to run him down. There are battles, though, inside the battles, and you see these drivers. You just saw the 33 of Eric Johnson get passed by Michael Trevarthen. Well, now you see the 17 of Tim Combs. This is a battle. They may be running about the 8th position in this pack, but that's not the 8th position they are battling for. They're battling for 16th and 17th right now. Right now, Tim Combs at the line would have that spot, but they also need to go run down that number 11 of Sean Single. That's just out in front of them by a little bit because Sean Single holds that spot that they need. He's in the lucky dog spot with 16 laps to go as they march down the back straightaway. There you see the 11 getting hung out to the outside groove now. Those leaders, their cars have started to come in. Maybe Sean Single drove the good off the tires, and now he's starting to fade. He's back here running, that's the 15th spot. But he's got to stay ahead of car number 17 and that 33. So Combs and Johnson hot on the heels trying to grab a Care Bear here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway with just 15 laps to go. And they're all hoping for at least another caution. Out front still going to be DJ Anderson in the 51. There you see the Fox entry, but he's getting run down. Who's the fastest car on the speedway? Well, that's old Richard Murdoch, the foundation here tonight, having himself a pretty solid run as he's sitting in 2nd, and he is definitely closing in. When you look at the standings, where is Richard Murdoch coming into the night? 24th out of 29 drivers. That started the opening round of the series at Bristol last week, so he's trying to really make up some ground, and right now it's a good points night. But remember, here with Red Light Racing, if you win, you're in, and you would go playoff racing. 13 to go, and DJ Anderson, do not look in the rearview mirror. That's what you see off the back of the race leader's car. Looks like Murdoch's trying to back the corner up just a little bit compared to the 51 of DJ Anderson. Let's see if it gets Murdoch a good run off turn number 4. Murdoch has a small run, but it's not going to be good enough to catch the 51 before he enters the corner. Murdoch going to enter high. He's going to diamond it down off the outside, right down to that line. Let's see if he gets a run this time down the back straightaway. He gets tow from the 51, just not going to be good enough to make the pass as these drivers back here are still battling. Oh, little contact. Souza going to make contact with the 42 of Max Terriel. He's going to put Max up into the outside wall. That'll bump Max back to running 7th. Now everybody scrambles. There's Michael Trevarthen. He'll get to the inside of the Souza median number 4 now, trying to see if he can take that spot and hide. It'll be double high 5 at the flag stand. There you see the 51, the 0-1. This time by double high 5, just 10 laps to go here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. DJ Anderson, Richard Murdoch, Colday, your top 3 cars as they run here tonight as these two battle for the race lead. It looks like Colday last time by Fastest car on the speedway is the 999s of Cole Day, the youngster, the young engineer. The engineer, the farmer, he is there, the youngster. Got to meet Cole Day the other year at the Chili Bowl down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And now he's here tonight trying to compete for a win. Battle for the race lead. Murdoch to the inside. He knows it is go time because Day and Hammett are both closing in on the top two here. 9 laps to go. Murdoch tries, not able to clear. That's really going to allow Cole Day to get into this battle. Nose to tail, they all go down into turn number 3. It's Anderson, it's Murdoch. Murdoch now going to peek to the outside a little bit here on the 51 of DJ Anderson. 8 to go. Anderson back across the line. Murdoch just trying to figure out where he wants to make the pass. Got to be mindful, because there's the drivers that have all closed in now. It was a 1-second deficit. Now it's just about 2-3 car lengths at most for Murdoch over the 999 of Cole Day. Another great run out of turn 4 now for Murdoch. 7 laps to go, and now you see Day has really closed in. He's closing in, but so is Chris Hammett, so is Michael Trevarth, and we are going to have a 5-car battle for the win here tonight at Charlotte. As this time by, it'll be just 6 laps to go. 6 to go. Murdoch up the speedway. He's going to open up the hole down to the bottom side. Does Cole Day have enough momentum? He will get there. Cole Day will stick the nose of that Chevrolet in there. He will now battle Murdoch when they go down into turn number 1. DJ Anderson loves to look out in the mirror and see the 99, or the 999s of Cole Day, I should say. He's always been the 99. Tonight, he's the 999s here for Day. Anderson loves to see that side-by-side battle, though. Cole Day going to sail it off in the corner, not able to clear the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch this time. It'll be 5 fingers in the air at the flag stand with just 5 laps to go. Now Cole Day looks like he will clear the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. He will now set his sights upon the 51 of DJ Anderson. Anderson has to get going because Chris Hammett's right there. Michael Trevarthen is right there. Richard Murdoch going to hold on to that 3rd spot for the time being, but the Valvoline number 6 of Hammett is right there hounding on the back. There you see it as they're come get 4 to go. Chris Hammett looks like he's one of the fastest cars on the speedway. We're checked this time by what the speeds look like at the line and who has the fastest car. Cole Day with the fastest lap that time inside the top 10 drivers. So Cole Day's the fastest, followed by Michael Trevarthen, then Chris Hammett and DJ Anderson. A big bobble that time for Chris Hammett. Then I give Richard Murdoch a little bit of breathing room. When they get to the line, it'll be 3 laps to go here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. There you see it. Looks like Murdoch's going to open up the inside groove once again. Chris Hammett getting a push, though. That number 2 of Michael Trevarthen trying to help the number 6. Not going to do anything down the back straightaway that time. Cole Day running about a half a car length off the bottom there from the inside groove, trying to see if he can do anything. The old popsicle sticks, wind them up. 2 to go. It'll be just 3 miles of racing left here tonight at Charlotte for the win. Cole Day going to go to the outside here. Let's see if he diamonds this one off, or does he keep it wound up to the outside and try and get the momentum toe. DJ Anderson going to try and break the momentum from that 999 of Cole Day. He says, if you're going to pass me, you're going to have to go to the outside of the speedway. And Cole Day says, challenge accepted. Look at the battle for 3rd. This time by, the white flag will fly over the 51 of DJ Anderson. It'll be 1 lap to go here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is Anderson out front, followed by Day, and then the battle for the 3rd spot. Murdoch is holding on to the spot, but look at that. Michael Trevarthen was thinking about making it 3 wide that time down into 1. He will not. DJ Anderson also has a mirror full of the 999s of Cole Day down the back straightaway here. He's pushing him down the back straightaway. Cole Day will go to the outside in turn number 3. DJ Anderson just has to run flawlessly down around the bottom side of 3 and 4 as he comes out of turn 4 for the final time. It'll be DJ Anderson punching his ticket with Cole Day in second, Michael Trevarth in third, and Richard Murdoch will fall back into the 4th position here. Chris Hammett will come across into the 5th spot. Jeffrey Souza back into 6th. 7th will go to Max Terrell. 8th to James Skelton. Doug Neal with 9th. And Brandon Feeney, look at him, coming home here tonight, sitting in the 10th position. That's your unofficial top 10, but there is your winner here tonight. The DJ Anderson, number 51, the driver out of Virginia here tonight, will pick up the big W here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in a heck of a finish here tonight. Anybody inside that top 5 had a chance at the end of this one, all finishing within 1 second of the race leader, so they were all there tonight. They were there. DJ Anderson will go ahead and burn them down here tonight. So DJ Anderson will burn them down here on the front straightaway. And we will take a quick break here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we will be back here with your post-race show after this.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 90 laps here tonight for round number 2 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing, officially in the books here tonight, as we had one heck of a race come down here tonight. Only one caution flag, but it changed the whole demeanor of this race here tonight at Charlotte. And let's not waste any more time. Let's head down trackside here to talk to our top finishers here tonight after 90 laps. It came down to the winner here tonight, DJ, and it's you sitting in victory lane to punch your ticket. But you had 2 drivers that were definitely all over the back end of this car in those closing laps. You had Murdoch right there, and then you had the youngster, the challenger of Cole Day, right there at the end.
Yeah, Richard gave me a good run there, and I kind of checked up a little bit in 3 because I kind of missed my entry, and he kind of gave me a little bump, but I think that messed everybody up. But I think it worked out for me because Cole and Richard were racing side by side, allowed me to get away a little bit and get some breathing room. But man, I think if that lap race was about 1 or 2 laps more, I think Cole probably would have had me. I burned that right front up. You know, if that caution didn't come out, I was good to go by 3 laps to the end, and I don't think anyone else could have made it to the end. I know Max probably could have made it, but he would have been so slow to make it. So I was like, man, if no caution comes out, I'm going to win this race. And when the caution came out, I was in panic mode because I had no idea what I needed to do to be fast. But it's nice to come out on top and win one and, you know, earn it. Man, they definitely made me earn this one today.
Were you worried that the way everybody was lined up on that restart there with 20 something to go, that maybe a late race caution was coming, because you had drivers throughout the field that were mixed in, that were laps down, racing for a lap back. Drivers that had fresher tires actually had to restart towards the back of this field. Everybody was on a different strategy. Were you worried at any point that these drivers might get stepping on a couple toes?
I felt like if it went green, I was going to be all right because I was able to pit under caution, so my tires were pretty fresh. I was worried about the speed because I really hadn't had speed all weekend long, and I was like, well, I'm just going to play the fuel mileage strategy. That's what I'm known for, and that's what I'm good at. And like I said, if it stayed green, I would have won. But man, I was hoping it was going to go green after that caution, but I was worried. But man, it's awesome to win one. I'm glad we only had one caution through this whole race, the way that the car was. So, I mean, these guys are fun to race around, and great job by everyone with just one caution. So, looking forward to being able to relax the rest of the season.
That's for sure. You get it in early here this season and punch your ticket. So as you punch your ticket, we'll roll the red carpet out. We'll hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank that made you, well, as lucky as you were here tonight?
Well, I was going to curse Sean for bringing out the caution, but I got to thank him because it still ended up working out for me. But, thank you for doing this. And thank Red Light. I love racing with these guys. It's a good competition. And, it's fun racing with these guys, week in and week out. And, man, I love being here, love racing. And, I can't thank these guys enough for, coming out, putting on a show for everybody out there. It's nice to go back and watch it.
There you hear it. He picks up the win here tonight, and he had to earn this one. DJ Anderson adds another win to his record here with Red Light Racing, and this one, though, will lock him in to the round of 12. So the rest of the season for him is just going to be a test and tune and see how many trophies you can grab. I bet he tries to play that fuel strategy the rest of the season. But congratulations to DJ Anderson. He picks up the big win here tonight, and the driver that will finish in P number 2, well, Cole, you come in. It's been a long time since you've been here with Red Light Racing, and tonight you make your return as a rookie, and you let them know you're here.
Yeah, I definitely was not expecting a second place finish. It really threw me for a loop here tonight.
You're mainly known for your dirt side of things, but you come here to test your ability here on iRacing, and you showed up here tonight. I think when I looked down at the practice charts, I want to say you were about 21st or 22nd fastest in practice. Not very good. What really turned the tides here tonight for the 999 team?
Just turning laps. Like you said, I've been running dirt as my main series for probably close to 2 years now, and I really took a just big step away from asphalt. So just being able to have those super long green flag runs that we had, just every lap I was just getting back in my rhythm that I used to have. So gotta thank everyone out there on track for being able to have such long green flag runs, so I could get back to feeling how oval feels, or asphalt feels like.
Well, you got a feel for it. You got about, we're calling like 70-ish laps or so of racing underneath your belt before that caution flag came out. And then you found yourself in this position. And then at the end, when we restarted there, you were second. You fell back to third behind Murdoch. You got past Murdoch. And then at the end here, with a couple laps to go, you got right back to the race leader's bumper. What were you thinking at that point?
Well, whenever I got past for third there, I was really just focusing on just trying to bring it home. Me being a rookie this season, I didn't want to ruin the race for anyone, me make a mistake or anything like that. So I really wasn't wanting to push the issue. I just wanted to be there in case a mistake was made, and luckily I was able to capitalize on a little opening I had there. So then I was hoping I could get by DJ, just kind of doing the same thing, but he held it strong there on the bottom. I didn't want to force anything. I was just wanting to have a nice, strong finish.
Well, you were able to have that strong finish here tonight, Cole, in your first showing back with the series after a long, long hiatus. Congratulations here tonight on a second-place finish and picking up the most spots gained here tonight with 16 spots underneath your belt. Who do you got to thank to make this one on the podium?
Just everyone out there on track. The racing was awesome. It was awesome to get back in the oval. I realized why I missed it so much. I've heard nothing but high praise from all the guys in this league, and they really proved it tonight. It was awesome to be out there. I've got to thank you as always up in the booth doing awesome broadcasts, and then all the admins, for getting me in a little late. Missed the first race, due to school stuff, but glad to be able to, be out here tonight.
There you hear it. Cole Day will finish second here tonight, picking up 16 spots in that Rockstar Energy 999 Chevy Camaro. Finishing third, and I don't know where you came from, Cotton Eye Joe, but you rallied back here tonight after a big wiggle and a tank slap with that number 2. How did you come back here?
Man, 5th to 3rd, last lap. Whole car was on rails tonight, man.
Like railroad track rails or like bicycle rail?
Well, me and Dalton put a lot of work in those 2 off weeks with long run speed and tire conservation. And it pretty well showed up there that first fuel run. I was able to, hang with Max there for 20, 22, 23 laps. And then Max took me to school on tire conservation. Squirted away about a second on me. But just a couple bad mistakes there on those 2 middle runs. One specifically got on the bottom there and tank slapped Sean, in the middle. That put about 23 seconds of damage on the car. Didn't really affect any speed, but I still had to pit farming, get it fixed. And then, like I said, my car was a dog on the short run speed, but it came in, middle of the run and towards the end of the run, and was there in the conversation, man. That's what really matters. Really didn't want that caution, but it happened. I think if we would have had a green flag race, boys was in trouble.
Well, that car was definitely coming alive at the end of this one. Just ran out of time. But when you look at the points, you're the most consistent driver so far through the first 2 races of the season. So overall, in the points championship standings, you will lead coming out of the Charlotte Motor Speedway into the next race, which is, we're headed out west. Phoenix, Arizona is home with the Gander Outdoor Truck. What do you think next week?
I like it. Like I said, we've had a lot of fun this season. We had a lot of fun last season, so I'm not really worried about the points right now. Just continue to click off some really good finishes. Hopefully be in the conversation for the playoffs, and then we'll start digging.
Well, that's as good as I've heard it. Well, before we let you go tonight, Big Wiggle, who do you got to thank on the side of this brightly neon yellow number 2?
First and foremost, want to give a hats off to DJ and Cole. They did a hell of a job tonight. Don't want to take anything away from them. Turn 3 Racing Network. Love to watch the broadcast, man. Definitely an enjoyable part of what we do here. And all the admins here at Red Light. Our parent sponsor, Checkered Auto Supply. Everything Bob and Rob does for the series here. And then want to give a shout out to Rev Esports, BK Paints, Platinum RV, McConey Setup Shop, and give a shout out to the family.
There you hear it. He winds down the podium and rounds it out. That'll be the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Richard Murdoch does finish back into the 4th spot, and Chris Hammett will finish 5th. Jeffrey Souza, Max Terrell, James Skelton, Doug Neal, and how about Brandon Feeney finishing on the podium here tonight? Those, of course, are your unofficial results, leaving the Charlotte Motor Speedway here, round number 2 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. A heck of a battle here at Charlotte, that is for sure. I can't wait till we get out to the desert. The first time we're going to see the Gander Outdoor Trucks, or, well, what will better be known in the next coming, seasons as the Craftsman Truck Series. Can't wait to hear that name rattled off a time or two. But we will head on September the 19th for 100 laps in the desert at the Phoenix International Raceway. And until we see you there, race fans, for all of us behind the scenes with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show. And we can't wait to see you next week in the desert. Till then, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.